Hey. Ah, ah. There we go. I don't know why that didn't work the last time. That's really strange. Hopefully everybody else gets the memo. Um. Oh, looks like everybody got the memo. Hey, everybody. Oh, good to see you too, Desert Will and Patricia. You have won. You did it. You are first. Lucky Lucy, hello. Stephen Hall, hello. And did I say Montana Betty Crocker already? Amber, I remember. I can't believe I remember that. Um, Zeta, hey, you're famous already. Everybody wants to see you. What are you doing down there? She's doing her own thing. She'll have plenty of camera time here in a little bit. Dispersed Camperman, hey, Mark, how are ya? Good to see ya. And good evening from South or North Georgia. Does it look like this right now out there? It's just ever since I got to this campsite, it's been just um, dumping snow. It's kind of nice. It's unusual though because so I'm actually around. Gosh, I never like to disclose where I'm actually at, but all right, I'm not going to. Sorry, I'm north of a city, and the specific mountain range. It didn't get hit by this last storm. I think it was yesterday. I woke up. Yep, it was yesterday, and there was 10 inches of fresh snow. It had just absolutely hammered. They were calling for 2 to 3 inches, and we got way more than that. And then further south, down near West Yellowstone, kind of my stomping grounds, there was over 30 inches of snow. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt for not going and getting one last ride in because it would be amazing out there right now. But okay, let me catch up here for a second. Went on a tangent, one of many tonight. Hey, Kat. Hey, Pete. Hey, Glorious. Steve. Okay, Stefan. Steve. Sorry. Dee Dee, hello. I am back. I am officially back. Hi, hiker girl. Whoa. Is that? I see some sort of looks like a foreign language there. Anyway, birds. um, found you part 2. Yeah. Hi, Psychmeister. Sophia. Sophia, how am I? I'm doing better. I would say it's been a bumpy last few weeks, but yeah, there's only so long that I can just be in a just bummed out. So I feel like I'm on the mend, and there are potentially some jobs coming down the pike. So that's really that's the only thing that I'm bummed out about is just trying to pay bills and not having any work is it's difficult. There's only so much stuff that I can sell before I completely run out of stuff. um, Simply Blessed, is y'all watching you and Sarah? I don't know what that means. Whoa. Um, Great memory, Vic. Yeah. So good to see you in your happy self. Thanks. Bird says I do love the dispersed camper, man. Simply Blessed. I'm a little bit confused right now. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, as far as like in the chat, I see a word and it says it's like there's some sort of it looks like what are the Chinese letters that type of writing? I forgot what it's called, but then I I scroll over it and it goes from that letter and it says nothing and then it says Zeta. I'm confused about that. Laney says Northwestern Colorado, we got a bunch of snow last night and today. How much snow did y'all get? I'm curious. We could definitely use it. Holy cow. And snow in northern Colorado. Nicole says that's a ton of snow for April. It actually isn't. Mother Nature definitely has a tendency to give this part of Montana a substantial amount of snow in from March to all the way to like mid-April. We'll occasionally get just random 1-2 foot dumps. But it's nice to see because it is unusually low snowpack everywhere here in the country, or in the contiguous United States. It's just been bad. History teacher says raining and hailing here right now. Holy cow. Cat, thank you, Cat the Meg. Let's see here. Sass, Bell South, we're Steve and Anna from Georgia. Well, hello. Patty in Texas says hi. Vic, hello. Catherine, thank you so much for the super chat. That's awesome. Appreciate it. Vic, waiting on the Swedish log cookout. Sorry, man. I could have made one today, but you'll see. So where I'm at right now is where I'm going to be dropping probably the second half of my video from that's coming up this Sunday. And I only wanted to cook outside because it's prettier than being stuck in here. But up until very recently, it's just been hammering snow. Ever since I got here, pretty much, it hasn't been very nice out there. So I made, I forgot which subscriber had said, I really wish that you would make that Peruvian stew again that I had brought up the last video. So I did, and it's actually cooking in the crock pot over here right now. And it smells very good in here right now. Simply blessed. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Hello from Western Kansas. Hello to you, KT. It's getting close to the old tornado season, isn't it? It's going to get crazy out there. Western Kansas is right there in Tornado Alley. This is my only beer. Any luck for work in Libby area? I know that the flooding has them doing a lot of rebuilding. I didn't even know that Libby was flooding, but I need to look into that because I love the Libby area. That area up there, despite it being a super fun site, it's a very, very pretty place and nice folks. Cooking with Curls. Hello. Whoa. Let's see here. Hello, Cooking with Girls. Zeta, hey, come on up here. Why are you being all shy? Come on. Hey, come on up. Come on. Up. Come on. Come on. No, you jumped up like the last time. You don't. All right, hold on. She's being lazy. The last 2 times she's jumped up onto the bed without using the stepping stool here that I'm sitting on. Come on up. Up. Go. 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 Oh. Okay. There's little Zetas. Little tiny Zetas. She's so little, aren't you? You're just a little tiny dog. Hi, hey, Regina and Jason from cold Minnesota. 41 feels like 19. Yeah, I don't doubt that. It's always humidity over there in Minnesota. Sophia asks me, I know how old your camper is. It's a 2020, but just like me, it's aging horribly. Both it and I have been driving down some rather rough roads for our entire lives. So we're kind of falling apart a little bit. In fact, I've been meaning to make a video, not criticizing Northern Light by any means, but just kind of being, just trying to be more transparent on what happens when you when you decide to, I guess you could say, test the limitations of or the capabilities of your truck and your camper. Nothing too severe though, I would say, or nothing severe. It hasn't been anything crazy. It's just like cabinet drawer slides falling apart, and I've been meaning to replace them, but some of them I can't. So I don't know if you know how cabinets, the slides work. A lot of them, well, the better ones, they have little buttons where you can pull the drawer out. Well, one of them in particular, that button is broken, so I can't pull the dang drawer out in order to replace the slide. So I'm going to have to get Western with that. Sunny and warm in Maryland. Hey, Danya and Priya. Oh, it's your birthday. Hey, everybody say happy birthday to Danya and Priya. I'm guessing it's either one or the other, unless you're lucky enough to have birthdays on the same day. That'd be convenient, wouldn't it? Lanny says we haven't gotten it hardly any winter. Drought is going to be bad. One of my favorite spots by Moab is going to be bad. Oh, I bet. I'm guessing you're talking about up in like the LaSalle Mountains, because there isn't a whole lot of other stuff around that area that I can think of that would catch fire. It's got to be really hot for those red rocks to catch fire. Hot and dry in the Texas Panhandle. Oh, I bet it is. Hey, from BC, Canada. Oh man, I'm falling way behind here. Oh wow, Psychmeister. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's awesome. I said it. Yay. Hi Vic. Hi Josh. Hey, from Northern Kentucky, we are getting fake summer this afternoon. It was 87. Oh, when he left work at 4:30. Holy cow. No, I'm not ready for that. Hello from New York, traveling to Montana this summer, taking notes on places to check out as I watch your videos. Well, cool, dude. I hope you enjoy your time here. Greetings from Ohio. You're looking awesome. Well, thank you. Yeah, a lot of it's all makeup. Rucking Around says, so Kevin Wald will beat you to the Swedish log cookout. Canadians win again, I guess. Has he already made? Yeah, he might beat me to it. I'm sorry, Rucking Around. Lucky says, only beer by choice or your last one in the camper? Both, actually. I didn't really feel like coming up here and kind of doing a little bit of decompression from the alcohol. I've been drinking a little bit more than I should. So hold on a second, folks. That's I get so many calls every day. I mean, look at this. I'll show you. It's just ridiculous. Like, I go into my recents, it's all spam. All spam. Yeah, just I'm about ready to just start accepting all of them and then be like, oops, sorry, I can't pay. Let's see here. Bird says, I'm going to make this milk and cookie time while hanging out with Vic and all of you. Well, heck yeah. I wish I had some cookies and milk. That sounds awesome. I wonder if I could actually make cookies. I think I have all the ingredients. That's a good idea. Patricia says, how did it turn out with the shelves you were making for a client? Did they understand a delay? Yeah, they're actually really nice. They understand. As far as like the charging them more, I don't think I'm going to I think all I'm going to say is wow, that took a lot longer than I was expecting, and then just kind of leave it at that and see if they bite. Hopefully they do, because that project was a lot more time. I underestimated myself by 50%, essentially. Oops. Janet says, did you buy her chair yet? Yes, I did. It's down in Arizona. It's in my parents' Tahoe, probably still. um, Wendy says, "Hey Vic, I just saw you on live, but can't finish it now. When is the next live?" I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I'm very sporadic as far as live streams go. Like I really wanted to do one last Friday, but I just wasn't feeling up to it. Um, it's not it's not that it's difficult to sit in front of a camera and talk to 117 of you wonderful folks. It's more of I want to make sure that I'm in the right mindset and not all sulky and self-loathing, because that's not a good place to be. Nobody wants to see that. So yeah, as far as when my next live is, I don't know. You can always come back and watch this one too. And then you can actually, if you want, you can comment in the comment section, and I should be able to see those comments. I say should with an asterisk next to it because I've been getting a lot of comments, and it's very difficult to be able to keep up and actually see all the comments that people put on like past videos, because YouTube it's a little bit tricky when it comes to that. And Janet says I need good stairs. Yeah, I definitely do. I need to figure that out. Although I'm kind of enjoying it. It's like it's my shtick now. Although my hip was hurting really bad yesterday, or the yesterday and the day before, and it was legit not fun trying to put my leg up that high and climb up, because normally it's never an issue, or almost never an issue, but those last couple of days it's been pretty rough. Mandy, hey, good to see you, Mandy. I am doing better. Regina says, "Did you make your cutting boards and sell them? Oh, do I? We could use one to buy for our camper." Therein lies the great struggle. So the problem right now is that I no longer have a wood shop. So in order to make them to a nice high quality standard, I would have to figure out how to be able to, I don't know, make a wood shop in my trailer, I guess. It's been on my mind. I've been thinking about doing it because I've had so many folks like you that have been asking about them. And it's to the point where I'm almost wondering, hey, this could actually be something that I could utilize, because I would have to say that there's probably been 50, like 50 people at least that have asked for cutting boards. Now, the only problem is I don't, I'm like kind of wondering, like, how much would you be willing to pay for them? Because they take a lot of time. I mean, this board right here, I'll show you. Well, the one that I always have in my camper here, the one that I made for myself, this guy, um, this was probably $50 to $70 in material alone, and it took me probably about 20 hours, I would say. So there's a lot of time invested in these. And I totally understand. I don't want to overcharge anybody, but at the same time, this is a lot of time and investment into these things. So I've been a little bit hesitant to be like, yeah, I want, competitively on the market. You go and you find a cutting board that's like this, that's made as well as this one is. You're looking at anywhere from 250 to 350 plus dollars for something like this. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I should just start making them, because I think I have a project that is south of Butte that's going to last between 2 and 3 months. And if that ends up falling through, I am 100% going to figure out how in the heck to hopefully just skirt by until the next project. And that seems like a good utilization of my time. Patricia, the holy cow. Hey Kim, thank you so much for the super chat. Y'all rock tonight. This is so nice of you. Um, we're holy cow. I'm way back, way back. I'm sorry. Oh, it's starting to dump snow again. This is so cool out here. I wish there was a way that I could turn it so that you could watch the snow behind me. But then I would be pitch black, and then because of the exposure. Anyway, let me. Patricia asks, I missed something. What is the Swedish log cookout about? So that there's been a gentleman in here who's been telling me about cooking over a Swedish log. So there's a special method where you drill a hole into a log, and it creates basically like a self-sustaining cooking element thing. Sorry, my words don't work no good right now. I'm too high altitude. Hey, look at all these happy birthdays to Donna and Priya. Teresa, hello. Hello also from BC, Canada. It's Mr. Kevin Wald. And we got a lot of hey Kevins. Country Wolf was in March. Well, happy belated to you. And Teresa, I think I already said hi to you, but you're from Reno. You need a chef. I'm no chef. I'm just a cook that likes food, maybe a little bit too much. Yeah, Laney got evacuated last year from a fire, the Manti LaSalle forest in the Colorado side. Holy cow. 40s and windy in the San Juans. I'm guessing the San Juans didn't get hit by the snowstorm then, huh? Because San Juans, for those who don't know, that's in southern Colorado. I actually have some videos of being in that area 4 years ago or so. A lot of them are revolving around my 6x6 UTV. SAS 80 and nice in Cumming, Georgia. 80, yeah, 80 is not bad. That's like on the upper levels, what I would consider comfortable. Teresa, my dad gets spam all day long and he gets frustrated. we got two that say yes to cookies. Donnie and Priya says, welcome to Down by the Stream. Let's see here. A lot of, everybody has to deal with those darn spam calls, don't we? It's ridiculous. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate it. That would be good cooking with Vic. Hi from Texas. Hello. Thank you, Bert. I'll keep that in mind. Anyways, I need a chef. Love your videos, and you have the best personality. Well, thank you. Kim, hey everyone. Kevin, Mr. Kevin Wald is in the house. Zeta's so pretty, says KT Moses. We have had 3 German Shepherds, and now we have a German Shepherd Great Pyrenees. That's 150 pounds. We would love to know if Zeta's breeder is still in business. I don't think she is. She was actually on the tail end of her, it's not a career, but her hobby. So unfortunately, I think her lines are about to come to an end, unless she has some foster. Well, I know she had some foster parents for the extension of her breeding program. So they're probably not done yet, but she comes from a breeder called Windy Acre Shepherds out of Cresco City, Iowa, I think is what it's called. The old corn-fed German Shepherds. That's why she's so big. and tired. Sophia says, "Hey Kevin, join the live with Vic." Hey Spikers. We'll be the rerun group later because I got company right now, so I got to run. Well, thanks for swinging by, and we'll see you next time, eh? Hey, Julianne, it's good to see you too. Hey, Poppy up, Papa up. You are welcome here in Colorado to use my garage as a shop. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. A mobile shop. Kenneth's book. I'm so lost. Why are people calling you Kevin when you are Vic too? Kevin is in the chat right now. Okay. 81 in Naples, Florida. Ugh. That's too warm. 80 is where I draw the line. Brenda from Missouri. I'm so glad I made it. Yay, make a cutting board for a giveaway, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Like I said, the problem is that I have to set up a shop. It's kind of a pain in the butt too, because I don't have the best tool to flatten out what's known as a end grain cutting board. So that's basically when. So let's see here. See how I can explain this. So your basic wood, say you get a 2x4 and it looks like this. The top and the bottom is what's known as flat sawn. The sides are edge grain. And then if you were to flip it up on end and you got that top right there, that's what's known as end grain. I guess that makes sense. And the best cutting boards are end grain because they so when you cut into them, imagine the way that the pores or the way that a tree grows, the pores are sitting like this. So on an end grain, you're actually cutting like this, and it kind of opens up a little bit like that. Whereas with a face grain, they will scratch easier, and with an end grain, with an edge grain, they won't scratch as easy. And in certain circumstances, an edge grain is the best, and in certain circumstances, like they all have their positives and negatives, but the best kind of cutting board, in my opinion, now that I've used all three, is definitely an end grain cutting board. It's kind of interesting too, because when I'm cutting into it with a really sharp knife, I can feel that blade kind of just stick into it a little bit. And that thing is like, I don't even think you could see it on camera right now if I showed you, but I can't even see any scratches on it. It's definitely the way I want to go from now on. But anyway, I digress. With an edge grain, an end grain cutting board, when you flatten it, it's really, really hard on planers. And it's best to have this type of tool called a time saver, which is basically just imagine a giant drum sander. Instead of having like planer blades, or certain planers have these things called helical. I'm getting way too in the weeds. So basically, it's best to have a time saver for flattening out end grain boards, and I don't have one of those. And also, they are a very cumbersome machine that usually runs on 220. So that would be very, very tricky to have, say, in my trailer. But I'm not saying it can't happen. Cutting board rant over. I hope. Until the next comment. Let's see here. Andy Schweiger. Hey, Vic, recently started following you. Love the content humor. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Except for the last couple videos. They've been a little bit more sulky. But this next video should be a little bit better. Nicholas Hoffman Walter says, hello from Bozeman. Well, hey, how are you doing? good chance that you'll probably see my vehicle driving around here for the next couple weeks because I have a project that is in this area, in that area, in this area. Who am I lying? Okay. The cat's out of the bag. I'm near Bozeman right now, but you'll never find me. And also this beer from Mountains Walking, Grazing Clouds. This is like the best. It's like a Northeast or New England style IPA. It's so good. Let's see here. T. Chapman says, Tracy Chapman. Do we have a is there actually Tracy Chapman in the house right now? That'd be awesome. Good to see Vic and Zeta doing well, sending good vibes, building your channel. Perhaps you'll be able to come north this fall after the crazy tourist season. All the best from Van Isle. Van Isle is in British Columbia, I take it. I would love to. And I actually recently found out that I can get into Canada without a passport. So things are in the works right now. I'll just say that. Hey Vic, years ago, did you ever meet Matt Foley down by the river? Yeah, he was my motivational speaker and gave me advice on how to dress. Nexus Ramsey, that tip on the job costing my ex showed me how to market work, high-end clients, fancy woods, fancy prices. I agree. Yeah. Jim says, you and Kevin planning joint videos this summer? I don't think so. I think we might meet up this autumn because Kevin is going a certain direction this summer. It's either north, west, or south, or maybe an easterly way. Definitely one of the four. And I won't be able to meet up with them until hopefully this autumn. Mary Fields, hey, good to see you too. History teacher, are you coming to Oklahoma to see Runaway Parents? I hope to. I'm just not 100% sure what's going to be happening. I planted some money trees and I'm hoping that they grow, but if they don't, I don't think I will be able to, unfortunately. It would really suck too, because I miss them and I really want to go down there. That's a part of the country I've never explored before, and I think judging from what I've seen from their videos down there, it looks beautiful. So, slow down. Okay. I swear it's like live streams. It's like you're just constantly trying to catch up. Nexus says, I'm married to a South African who's really nailed that lesson. It's hard to charge, but in my husband's words, excellent work deserves excellent income. I agree. The problem is that it's very cutthroat. And up until recently, it's been a lot better. Like I've been able to, charge basically what I feel I deserve. But then things have slowed down and it's gotten really rough around here. Teresa, you do excellent work chopping boards. You should start making them. They're really nice. You definitely have something there. Thank you. Yeah, I agree. Patricia says, I'll buy a cutting board and make sure I leave it to someone special in my will. Amber, I'm a classically trained chef and didn't know about the grains on the cutting boards. Very interesting. It's I guess, yeah, well, I guess now you know. I'm actually curious. What does a classically trained chef do? What does classically trained mean? Brenda, do you think you'll ever come to Missouri? Oh yeah. I will definitely come to Missouri someday, in Arkansas, and visit the Ozarks and be able to visit Mark. I think he's down there in Arkansas somewhere too. So I definitely want to come down there. Hey, runaway parents. Hello. How are you? Her and him says I buy a custom cutting board. All right. It sounds like we already have two that I I could start making. I have enough wood too. I hope you like walnut and cherry. Oh, I have maple too. Um, Iona the Alexander Hunter. Great to see you, Vic. We've been enjoying your content since your recent trip with Mr. Wald. Well, thank you so much for the subscription. I'm glad that you found me. Kevin has been using his cinnamon buns looked great on your board. Yeah, I've been meaning to watch that video, and holy cow, has it taken off. The last time I checked, he told me that it just blew up overnight. And the last time I checked, which was a couple hours ago, I think it was at 72,000 views. That's awesome. Alexander Hunter, question for you: what's best for cutting boards, softwood or hardwood? Hardwood definitely, but even with hardwoods, there are certain boards that are harder than other boards. Like take for instance cherry. Um, I believe the hardness scale is called Jenka, Jenka, and cherry is kind of like the softest of the hardwoods, followed by walnut, and then I think maple is definitely the hardest that you want to go. That's up in like the 1400 range, and it kind of really depends on what you're doing with the type of wood. So if you're say chopping a lot, a maple would be better. Whereas if you're, slicing a tomato and it's a relatively delicate fruit where you doesn't require a lot of force, the softer of the hardwoods are better in that application. In my humble opinion, that is. I take everything what I say with a grain of salt. Nicholas Hoffman says highlight or Bridgers. Well, highlight's closed right now, I believe. I think they close every spring, don't they? They close that road down. Julianne, I'm with the others. I buy a Vic cutting board. I was looking for a more natural cutting board already. Woo! Now I have to figure out how to make a wood shop in my trailer. And you know what the really nice thing about having a wood shop in my trailer is? I can be anywhere. I've got dang near enough power with just my current setup to be able to utilize in the full sun. Like I could run my wood shop for the most part and not have to worry about charging or anything. I could be the first traveling off-grid workshop specializing in cutting boards. And also I've got a couple large slabs of walnut. And before I left, or before I had to get out of my shop in my house, I flattened down a couple, and I have two pieces right now that one's going to be a coffee table. So it'll be approximately, let's say, a meter, 39 inches by about 2 feet. And this is solid walnut. And then I'm going to waterfall one side. And then the other side, I still have to figure out I'll make some sort of leg. My friend is amazing with metal, so I'll have him make me a leg for that one. And then kind of the same process with I have a even larger piece that's going to be about 5 feet wide and up to 30 some inches thick. I mean, wide, 5 feet long, 36 inches deep, or 32 at the widest, and then a waterfall. And it could be anywhere from like 34 to heck, even like 50 inches tall, which doesn't make sense for a computer desk. But yeah, those are a couple of things that I really, really want to get done. That's honestly like the thing that I'm most passionate about when it comes to woodworking is just utilizing an entire chunk of wood without cutting it up. Because the walnut that I have, the slabs that I have, They are just spectacular colors. They've got purples and browns and grays and um, ivory, like the sapwood on the outside. I love the having the sapwood um, in the pieces that I make because it contrasts the heartwood, the inside of the slab so nicely. Um, so yeah, I'm planning on doing something with those, and if I can set up some sort of wood shop where I have a slab flattening mill in my trailer, there's something to be done. I think this is definitely a possibility. Hmm. Hmm. Move over, Blacktail Studios. um, let's see here. I'm probably way behind on my chat right now. Bird says, "Can you get back into the U.S. without a passport?" I think with my driver's license photo, I could probably get into North Korea. For anybody who, you've probably seen my passport photo. I'm sure I've showed it off at the end of one of my videos. I'm fairly positive that I have the best driver's license photo possibly of all time. I'm staying as humble as possible though, by the way, right now when I say that. Oklahoma says hello. Hello, Oklahoma. You've been around Bozeman since your last video. Glad to see you smiling. Yeah, I've been kind of slacking on this job a little bit too, taking my sweet time. Hey, Big V, good to see you too. And little Zeta's over here. Yeah. Boop. Boop. She's tired. Why are you so tired? Why are you so tired, Zetas? Uh, Jeff says, "Hey Vic, oh yes, Vic, I'm Tracy Chapman. Good to meet you." Ads on a live stream, so annoying. I know. I really don't even care to monetize on live streams because there's no money in it. But I think if I don't leave ads on, YouTube won't push this live stream out as much. So it's just gotta make the sacrifices, I suppose. Nexus says, "I've worked for clients who want tropical hardwoods. They offer very generous money for doing it their way." Yeah, I love tropical hardwoods too. I think they're beautiful. Um, Janet says, "You've been sad, understandable. You had a huge loss. You always have the pictures in your mind." That definitely that beat me up a little bit. It's more monetary is the reason why I've been so bummed out. It's been pretty difficult. Um, but heck, you know, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir with a lot of folks out there right now. Um, Jacint says, "I'd buy a cutting board." Hey, Destination Desert's in the house. Steven says, "Gibson and Bozeman is always looking for a craftsman," I'm guessing. That is actually next level. I am far from that kind of skill. I'm sure I can learn it, but what I do compared to like making a guitar, I would imagine is me comparing myself to a rough framer who uses a hammer to cut a 2x6. Oh, holy cow, where are we here? I am falling behind here. I am way behind. I might have to just disperse camperman. Come on down to Arkansas. Lots of dispersed camping spots to check out. Okay, I actually made that comment probably 10 minutes ago, so I am way behind. John Travolta fan, good to see you. We're gonna do speed run right now. Runaway Parents, Twyla. Hey friend, we sure love and miss you, Vic. I miss you too, and I love you too. And how's the back doing? I'm curious. Mariah, hello. I want to do that in a trailer too. Been looking for a truck and trailer. Culinary. Betty Crocker. That's actually makes sense now. You're a classically trained chef, and your channel name is Betty Crocker. Well played. You went to La Cordon Bleu Culinary School. I was also a chef in Vegas and Montana. I know tough job markets. Now I'm a project manager for a wealth firm, fully remote. Ooh, nice. I'm curious, Amber, what's your favorite? I know it's kind of difficult to say, like, what's your favorite meal to cook? So maybe I'll be more specific. What's your favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like, in that order. Teresa, since Larry just got married, do you have any plans on finding love too? uh, I mean, if it happens, it happens. I'm not in any rush. I've always kind of been like a solo guy anyway, so it's not like I'm always just looking for a relationship. Let's see here. Where'd you go? Where are you going? Oh no! Mariah, I like watching your videos. Thank you. And KJM wants one too. Holy cow. Hey, from Edmonton, Alberta. Hello. You should make 5 boards and auction them to the highest bidders. Osage orange, hedge apple, crazy hardwood. That is a very hard wood. Also Osage, for those who don't know, that is what they used to use for making bows and arrows. But the interesting thing is that you can get to a point where hardwood or woods are too hard or too soft for a cutting board to be practical, to the point where you're actually dulling your knife or you're damaging the board. Which is why, pines aren't really utilized or cedars aren't utilized for cutting boards. And also something as incredibly hard as like Brazilian cherry. I think Brazilian cherry is a very, very hard wood. One of the hardest woods out there, in fact. How many Eric Wilson, how many cutting boards could a cutting board cut if a cutting board could cut? Hey, runaway parents, thank you. Thank you for the super chat. That's awesome. Regina says, I'll take a maple shirt for sure. Don't care about the price. Like other gals said, leave it to family. Well, thank you very much. I guess I got to start making some cutting boards. The other problem, though, is that when it comes to glue ups, like the boards, like a lot of these boards I've done, I think there was one that I did where there was 6 glue ups. You have to make sure that it's in an environment that it's warm enough where the glue can set. Like if it gets below, say, 45, 50 degrees, that glue will never set properly. So there's that too. But I'm sure I could figure out a heating situation for the trailer to make sure it stays warm. You could set up in our yards for a week or two. Destination Desert, we love our cutting board. Looks great with our new floor. Oh, you guys got a new floor in your camper? Fudge. I've been so bad about watching everybody else's videos. Like, I don't think I've watched. Yeah, I haven't been able to really watch any of my RBR folks videos lately. It's been I just haven't been in the mindset. But yes, you're welcome, Andy / Sarah. I hope it's working out well for you. Waterfall walnut, beautiful. Yes, yours does look good for the floor. Great look. Walnut's my favorite wood. Can I have a cutting board that is all walnut? Yeah, you could. I got plenty of walnut. let's see here. Blacktail is cool. Yeah, Blacktail Studios. That guy is awesome. 195 watching. Oh, I'm down to 176. I hit 195. That's pretty dang good for just myself and Zeta over here. I think Zeta's definitely attributing to at least half. Leave Can-Am storage. I've seen lots of nomads who outfit their trailers for full-sized use. Yeah, I'm actually in the process of getting rid of the Can-Ams. It's just not practical. My last video when I was joking about, I have to sell my yacht. It's me recognizing the fact that if I'm just barely scraping by, realistically, what the heck is the point in having either one of those vehicles when I could sell them and make a bit of money off of them, and it'll help me get out of the hole that I'm at, and when things turn around and I'm more financially stable, then I can get another one. So that's kind of what I'm preparing to do in the coming weeks. Is there's no reason to have them anymore. I mean, I love them. Don't get me wrong; they are an absolute blast, and I love taking my friends and family out on them. But it's going to have to take a back seat for a little while. Now, I will keep my Tenere 700, my adventure bike. That will be the last thing that I sell. So, yeah, that thing is that I've mentioned it many times before. That's my most favorite motorsports activity, right next to snowmobiling, is an adventure bike. And they also opened up, for those of you who watched the Quake Lake video, the second portion of it, when I was going through Virginia City, that is the end of section 1 of the Montana BDR. So they finally got a BDR here in Montana. So I'm hoping that everything works out so that I can actually ride that this year, because that would be an absolute blast. And if you'll excuse me for just 1 second, I need to go and use the restroom. So Zeta, hey, keep an eye on the chat. Hey, keep an eye on the chat, will you? No, go back up into your spot. I'm back, don't leave. It is beautiful out there right now. Going up. Go. Up. Up. Go on, girl. There you go. Oh, shoot. You know what? I'm going to turn you this way just a little bit, because I need to stir the stew. That smells so good. Has anybody ever made a Peruvian stew before? They definitely like their cilantro. All right, here we go. And I'm back. Okay. I'm back. I don't know what the heck just happened, but I'm glad the situation resolved itself. um, let's see here. Where am I? I'm so far behind here right now. Um, let's see here. Cook some Swedish meatballs in the house. Ooh, I love Swedish meatballs. I've actually made those in some of my past videos before. I think I have anyway. Yeah, those are that's like the best meal from that's from around Minnesota is Swedish meatballs, in my opinion. I prefer peace and quiet of solo camping, says Stormbug. I do for the most part too, most of the time. But it gets a little bit too peace and quiet for me. Um, Camel. I'm starting a new channel right away. My own channel right away. I want to get a new tabletop for my Bigfoot truck camper. I noticed your cutting boards you gave out to the crew. Would you be interested in making me one? This is I should have actually just labeled the title of this live stream all about cutting boards. Yes, I guess I can say that I would be interested in making you one. I think you're like at least well just for the live tonight you're right around seventh or eighth in line. um, okay. Oh, okay. So going back to MT Betty Crocker, she is a culinary, classically trained chef, and I asked her what the best foods for breakfast, lunch, and dinner that she likes to make. Let's see what we got going on here. Breakfast. I love a good hearty scramble of potatoes, bacon, vegetables, etc. I'm actually allergic to eggs. Really? Lunch and dinner could be the same. I love quality meats and deconstructed dishes. Okay. Preference is Mediterranean or French cuisine. Yum. That sounds great. Yeah, solo person as well. Yeah. Country Wolf, you got a channel starter, you got no subscribers? Well, what the heck is going on there? We should maybe go over to Country Wolf 77 and give him some love right now. Bird, my garage in Colorado is heated if you want to set up shop for a while. Bird, do you like dust? Because there's no shortage of it with 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 woodworking. And I don't have a really good dust collection system yet, so it's going to be a little bit tricky. But I appreciate the offer. What part of Colorado? Um, Vernon, and we got another cutting board sold. Holy cow! I'm going to be at like 30 cutting boards by the end of this live stream. I'm going to have so much work to do. Oh man, what would that be? Yeah, if I could make 30, holy cow, that's a lot of cutting boards. Woo! Jerry says you can make cutting board. You can make cutting boards in Oklahoma year round. Almost get that trailer stocked up for your own personal business. Get traveling, you'll have a blast. You know what? I think y'all have a good point here. I think with the amount of folks that have been talking about cutting boards and wanting cutting boards and understand that, it's not Etsy. I can't sell these things for like $50. Um, yeah, there's definitely something to be said about this. I'm liking the path where this might be heading. Kim, I mess with spacers. I pretend to be really elderly and make them wait while I get my purse. If it's too with banking or credit cards, I ask what bank, as I have a couple. I mess with spacers? What's spacers? Life with the Sprags is Country Wolf's YouTube channel. Hey, Bread Wonder. Zeta says hi too, but she does it in her own lazy little way. Let's see here. Janet, I love your videos with the 6x. Yeah, they were. I had a blast with that machine. It's a great machine too. It's like the ultimate utility vehicle. No pet owner goes to the bathroom without their faithful companion. Yeah, she definitely was like, it's actually, we've gotten enough snow that it's covered the mud. So here in a little while, what time is it right now? 6:11. How long have we been going on for, Aaron? Oh, we just hit an hour. I think like by 7:30, I'll call this live stream a night because it's beautiful out there right now. I want to kind of hang out outside. Hi, Lori. Betty Crocker. My favorite video of Vix is him in jean shorts and a red checkered shirt. It's a hood. Let's see here. Whoa. What happened? Where are we? Oh, Casey. 135. A boom. Super chat. Thank you so much, sir. Or ma'am. Definitely one or the other. Let's see here. Lori. Okay. I'm not too far behind. This isn't bad. I was just thinking to myself, he gets privacy. My dog practically sits on my feet in the bathroom. Yeah, she's just constantly wanting attention. I've got great genes. Yes. While you were stirring the stew, Zeta was seriously licking her chops. She's so cute. She is very cute, but she doesn't get any of that stew because it's got a lot of onions in it, and onions are poisonous for doggos. Hey, Zeta. Janet Hall says that you're supposed to tell me that she loves they love watching our videos. Ooh, Zeichmeister had chilaquiles this morning. I do like me some chilaquiles. I think that's how you say it. Oh, there's two L's in it? Would that be chilaquiles? Man, that is a tongue twister. Danya, slow down. Snack Under says, glad you returned those rental beers. Yeah. This is the only one I'm having today, and it's almost gone. In fact, now it's gone. I actually had two beers, but I had to sacrifice one of them to the stew. Keep Pugson. Good to see you too. Let's see here. Teresa says, Vic, what's the best oil to condition your butcher block with? Butcher block conditioner oil. Shoot, I forgot the name of it. But it's a combination of mineral oil and beeswax. But I did find in the house that I was living in, there is this there's this here. I'll scoot you over here so you're not looking at nothing here. There is here we go. I found this stuff and I'm actually really curious about it because it's almost like a paste. So it's much thicker than the beeswax mineral oil that I was using, which was at room temperature, as it's pretty much a liquid. But this, I'm going to try it out. It's probably basically the same thing, although it doesn't really smell like beeswax mineral oil, if that even has a smell. But with it being thicker, I think I might be a fan of this. Dailies kitchen wood treatment. It says it's good for cutting boards and kitchen utensils, so I'm going to try this out. Okay, let's see here. I just got back from the European deli trying to get German spicy pickles. Only found Polish spicy salad and garlic pickle mix. Ryan, hello, Ryan. And also Scrollock. I don't know if I said hi to you yet or not, but hello. I think you were mentioning at the beginning of the last live stream that you had to go somewhere, so welcome back. Kim Vanderland, if your project falls through and you do make cutting boards, I definitely would buy one. But I'm hoping your project doesn't fall through. We're all sending positive vibes. Yeah, thank you. Honestly, like that project, I'd have to make a lot of cutting boards to equalize or be equal to that project. Even though it's not like the really good projects that I get every once in a while that I don't think are going to happen anymore. Those projects were, whoo, they were good projects. Kind of spoiled me a little bit too. I have no problem with dust. We can rent a dust collector between Denver and Fort Collins. Denver and Fort Collins. Is that Colorado Springs? Or is Fort Collins further west than Denver? I have no idea. But good to keep in mind. I appreciate that. Travis Crawford says we use beeswax. As far as conditioning a board, though, don't you want to have a little bit of oil in there too? Because beeswax is just, it's so waxy it might completely clog it, right? I'm not sure. Betty Crocker, we should cook together when I come back to Montana in October. I've been working on perfecting my smoked meats. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, keep me in mind. I'll probably be here in October. Who knows? October is a good time to be in Montana. Brenda, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. What is your favorite dinner to have? My favorite dinner to have? I got to try beef Wellington for the first time ever last Christmas, and that was next level. I wouldn't say it's my favorite dinner to have. I would say, my favorite dinner to have would be, man, that's a tough call, but I do love a good ribeye. Um, and I'm talking like the meats that are from around here in Montana. So there's a couple ranchers that raise Wagyu cattle, and not at Wagyu prices either. Like very fair prices, and just the marbling is perfect. Like, yeah, I would say that's probably my favorite. Would be um, a reverse seared ribeye steak with some grilled asparagus, some fresh mashed potatoes, um, and some homemade gravy. That sounds pretty dang good to me. I would say that would be my favorite. That or like Mexican dish or Thai food. I love Thai food. It's a tough call. It's like asking somebody who's your favorite musician. Very tricky, and it kind of changes from day to day. Um, Damn, I'm gonna put my cutting board up on eBay, says Destination Desert. How dare you, sir? Or ma'am. I don't know if it's Sarah or Andy talking right now. Ryan, hey Vic. Hey Ryan. Um Thank you for the prayers, Janet. Appreciate it. Sarah and Tank Girl, hey, how are you doing? Um Whoa! Holy cow! What the heck? You guys are going crazy with the super chats right now. Thank you so much. It just dropped right down to the bottom, and all of a sudden I'm just seeing all kinds of super chats. But I'm still caught way up here. I'll get down to here in a second. Um, John Travolta fan, what's coming up for you? I'm hoping another project in May, and also next week or the week after that. Excuse me. I'm going to be helping I think I'm going to be helping my friend build a pole barn, which is good because I owe him money. So that's going to work out great. Lanny says, have I made charcuterie boards? Well, I mean, technically a cutting board can be a charcuterie board. I have made charcuteries before. Yep. Eric Wilson says, do you realize you just hit 9,000 in cutting boards requests, but my wife and I get ours first? Yeah. Actually, that's pretty awesome. That'll definitely cover a couple months of bills. Oh gosh. I really need to work on those bills. So nice to see you on, says Nikki. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here. See, when you do beautiful work, you get loaded down. 100%. Robert, what year is my camper? My camper's a 2020. Northern Light 96 Queen Limited Edition. Regina, sorry, I don't know how to say it. Thank you very much for the super chat. And Chris says, you'll take a cutting board too? Sweet. And you'll pay cash, even better. I didn't know you were on a live, says Becky. It's good to see you. Hope to see you out and about sometime. I mean, technically, I am out and about right now. Look at this. It's so beautiful out there right now. Oh, I love being in the woods. It might be a little tricky getting out of here, though. As soon as I backed into this this campsite, you can tell that even though there's a fire ring right there, they didn't do whatever they did to the road because it got very soft. And well, I guess you'll find out this Sunday if it was interesting getting out of here or not. Let's see here. Clay, thank you very much. I'm doing pretty good right now, I would say. And also, you guys are amazing with the super chats. Snack Hunter, cheers to you too. Bread Wonder, would you mind showing your cutting boards? I could show you one right now. So, as I was making cutting boards for my RBR friends, I decided they got progressively more difficult and more technical, and I ended on a end grain brick pattern. So this is kind of like, so it's cherry and walnut, and this is actually one solid piece of walnut right here from the some of the slabs that I have. These were just drops from a project that I was working on, and I wanted to have a pretty chunky cutting board, and that added another 3 inches to the board or so. So yeah, that's how it is. It's pretty dang decent. I need to condition it pretty soon. It's starting to get a little dry. I was planning on doing that this evening. But yeah, this is I think I'm going to be making a lot of these. I really like the brick pattern. It was a lot of fun to make. So yeah, here's the bottom. You can see, not too shabby. I'm pretty proud of it. I have made some cutting boards with juice grooves, but honestly, I'm not a huge. I like juice grooves aren't really all that necessary because technically really shouldn't be cutting things that are notoriously juicy, like tomatoes or lemons, for instance, things that have a lot of citric acid in them. It's not great for a wood cutting board, or so I've heard. I don't know. Maybe you can. Let's see here. Good to see you too, Ernie. Stormbug has dispersed cameraman. Thank you very much for the 20. towards the renovation of your trailer woodworking shop. Oh, good. There was another Mountain Serenity who was asking about the cutting board, so I got that one knocked out too. Amy, hey fella, I got busy and forgot about the live. I'm glad I caught it though. Give Zeta a big hug and smooch for me. She's adorable. Hope you're having a good evening and everything is going well for you. Things are going better. Thank you for asking. Or thank you for hoping. Lisa, hi Victor. Are you able to see my comment? This is the first live I'm trying to comment on. Yep, we're good. Oh, scroll lock. Yep, good to see you too, buddy. David, enjoy your videos. You're so considerate. Included scenic views of the places you travel to. We're hoping that you can someday soon go full time. Me too. And with the utilization of a mobile wood shop, I might be able to go full time a little bit sooner than I expected. It's Risky for Mama says, I think Zeta is trying to express exactly how exhausting it is to live with Vic. I think she's actually more tuckered out because the last few days she's been able to. Oh my God, look at her foot. She's right there. She's been able to have some fun with some other dogs that are at about her energy level. So, yeah, she's been having a good time. Fort Collins is north of Denver. I'm outside of Longmont. Oh, Longmont. Okay. I had a friend that lived in Longmont. Julianne, thank you very much. I'm with this first cameraman turning that trailer into a mobile carpentry shop. Well, here we go. Country Wolf says, I need help with all the orders I'm getting. I do. I think what I need to do is I just need to start making a bunch of them because it's not bad to have a stockpile of them. Teresa says she's waiting for a boop. She's plumb tuckered out right now. I can't believe this. Why is she so tired? Destination Desert, thank you very much. Yeah, keep grinding. That's all we can do, you know. Patricia Paints with Diamonds. Well, thank you for tuning in. And also thank you for being a channel member, Patricia. Big V says, oh, whoa, where are we? Zeta's probably thinking, here dad goes again. I'm in competition with where are you all hiding? Teresa, ribeyes are the best, smothered with mushrooms on top. Yes. Especially, okay, here we go. We're going to take it to the next level. Since we got grilled asparagus right there, we're going to cover it with a chanterelle cream. I don't know if anybody's had chanterelles before, but they are like the bee's knees of mushrooms. They are so good. I've harvested some of them with my mom before. I took her up into the woods, and we ended up finding the biggest crop or growth of chanterelles I've ever seen in my entire life. We ended up only picking maybe 40% of what we had saw, because a lot of them were like a little bit past their prime, and it's also good to leave, a lot of them behind so that they can grow back. We walked away with 14 pounds of chanterelles in under 2 hours. And then I took it to a health food store and sold them for $260, which is pretty cool. Like, we're just walking around in the woods anyway. And yeah. But anyway, chanterelle mushrooms. I'm sure there's probably going to be a couple people that'll say morels, and morels are good too. Don't get me wrong, but chanterelles, they actually smell like apricots, and they have a very slight sweet, nutty taste to them. And when you put them in like a cream sauce, that really helps bring that out. And yeah, I'm getting hungry. Can you tell? I hope that's done pretty soon too, because I am not getting any more solar right now, and it burns a little bit of electricity. Blue cheese or butter over the top of the steak. Between the two, I would say a compound butter. I'm not a big blue cheese fan, unfortunately. I think I got to give it another try here in a little while to see if my taste buds have adjusted to it. But I don't know, blue cheese and gorgonzola. It's always had too much stank to it. It's just got stinky. It's a stinky cheese, not like feta. It's like that moldy stink. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Desert Will, thank you. Holy cow, you guys are flipping awesome tonight. And Cooking with Girls, holy cow. I need a workshop trailer. David Robinson, this great country was founded by people who struggled through unbelievable hardships to give us what we have today. Keep working hard to make your life into the future you want. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's as hard as it can get. It can always get harder. And I mean, I just think about what I have right now and how great this is. Just got to keep, being able to afford to pay the bills is the only way. And this is a pretty decent setup. I had a friend who thought that I was, roughing it until he walked into my camper the other day and he went, "Oh wow, it's actually really nice." I'm like, "Well, yeah, dude, it's got everything and it's got a solar system that needs some work." Shout out runaway parents. One day we'll get that figured out, but for now it works great. And heck, I'm cooking with a crock pot right now, and I've got a fan going on back there, and I've got air conditioning and AC power all over the place. I mean, this is definitely not, in my opinion, this isn't roughing it because I've roughed it before for years, and I'm grateful that I have this right now. That's for sure. Next is, do you do cabinetry? Big projects, good work, and doable from mobile shop. More travel, but more options. I do cabinetry. When you get into cabinetry, it can get a lot more tricky because a lot of the times you're dealing with like 4 foot by 8 foot sheets of plywood. And inside of my 8 by 21 trailer, you can see how things are going to start getting tight really quickly when you're trying to mill that kind of stuff down. But I do it. Um, well, Teresa, well, Vic, you are definitely talented with your butcher blocks. Have that talent put to use. Um, yeah, it's worked really good for about 20 years. um, Eric Wilson, thank you so much for the super chat. I think I might have run out of time, not been able to heart your super chats. I'm sorry about that. And what's going on here? Go away. No, stop. Maybe if I click over here. Okay. And also scroll lock. Oh, I just barely squeezed in time to heart yours. David Robinson, do you stay in touch with Roland with the Joneses? They went to Mexico a couple months ago and crickets ever since. I chat with them every once in a while. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Yeah, I mean the thing is, with YouTube channels, it takes a ton of dedication and it's not easy. If you're a busy person, have just taking that extra time to go out and try to make a video, it gets overwhelming at times. Like I've experienced that myself countless times over the years. Snack Hunter, if I was you, I'd get a logo iron so you can burn it to your beautiful woods. Really, yeah, I totally agree. I've been wanting to get one of those really bad. Because yeah, I've there's been a couple times where I've made things that I am genuinely proud of, and I've been able to, write my insignia on it so that it's imprinted in it for, incognito, of course. Um, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's like writing your name on a canvas after you finished a painting in a lot of ways. Travis Crawford says 100% on the ribeye, flame grilled with some roasted wild mushrooms and garlic, mashed potatoes, and grilled asparagus. If I was super hungry, add in some turf, lobster, crab's legs, scallops, or shrimps. I thought about that too, but I'm trying not to try not to think too much about that. But I would 100% say if it was going to be any surf, it's going to be some king crab legs. I think out of all the seafood, king crab legs are the best, bar none. Thank you, Cooking with Girls. Uh, yeah, nothing. I like the juice grooves for my steaks that are resting. I get it. Yeah, I mean I do too. Although I've heard a lot of people say that you shouldn't use cutting boards for meats, but I think maybe that has more to do with like raw meats. So yeah, I mean I've cut raw meat on my boards before too, just not this one. I definitely will let a steak rest on it though. Any cooked meats I definitely would. And that in that circumstance, yeah, juice grooves definitely makes sense. But the downside is from like a production stance. Holy cow, juice grooves, they add, for me at least, they add like 3 to 5 hours to a cutting board. And it's just a lot of this like sanding like this for hours and getting your fingers in there like it's a ton of work. And also, if you don't have a jig properly set up for your plunge router to make those juice grooves, it can slip out and then you just destroyed a beautiful cutting board. Um yeah, that board looks like Kevin's. Yeah, that's well, I made Kevin's board for him, and that was the leftover material that I had left over from the board that I made for Kevin and the board that I made for Nat. And I was like, well, there's no sense in not making something out of what's left. So, yep, I got one myself too. Janet, oh, Northern Utah got to see a little bit of snow. That's great. And Big V, thank you so much for the super chat. Nexus, I'm out. Stay well and blessed. Well, it's good to see you, Nexus. You're probably long gone by now, though, because I'm probably way behind. um, Breadwinner, yeah, yeah. Oh, you gotta kind of stay competitive, and also I don't want to gouge the heck out of anybody as far as like the pricing on the boards. Hey, guten Tag from Heidelberg, Germany. I hope I said that right. It's guten Tag, right? Or is that good night? Oh no, that's Alfito saying. That's like goodbye. I'm a little rusty with my German. um, Todd, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Um, Travis asks, "How long is my winch?" I think you probably have good to go on the Sunday leaving the campsite. I have no winch. That was one of the many things that I'm like, gosh, I would really love to have one of those, but the the winch that I want is whoo, it's pricey. And by the time I got done with like the majority of this build with the new truck, I was like, I can't spend any more money. So that's on the list of things that I will get someday, but not anytime soon. And honestly, in in the 20 plus years that I've been off-roading, I've only really needed a winch for like myself. Maybe I don't know, maybe 3 times. And we're talking, I don't know, probably 40,000 miles of off-roading. So, but that being said, I probably just jinxed myself, so knock on wood. Poop, poop, poop. Oh, who is it? Who has it seen us? Oh, no, 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 no. Stay up there. There's nobody here. It's okay. Just Blutz. 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 There you go. Good doggos. High alert. Let's see here. Hiker girl, gotta run. So glad you're here. Quirky humor back. Looking forward to the next video. Yeah, it's good to see you too. Patricia asks, will you do a video making the Peruvian stew? I am. I mean, I will, and I am actually. I'm like in between making a video right now. I decided to take a break and do a live stream today. So this right here, this exact spot is my video that I'm going to be dropping on Sunday. Travis says, I'd like a brisket and ribs cutting board, maybe 2.5 or 3 inches thick. That is a proper cutting board. Might have to make that one out of maple. That's a thick one right there. The thickest cutting board I've made so far, I made for my friend Tom, and that one was every bit of 2 inches thick. But yeah, 2.5 to 3 inches thick. I could definitely make you one. That's a lot of wood. Lisa, my husband and I love your channel. Thank you. We give you hypes as often as we can. Prayers for you to continue. Well, I appreciate that, Lisa. Thank you. Yes to Jesus says, hey there, Vic. Love your channel. If you ever venture up to BC, Canada, Kamloops area, I'd love to show you some great areas. Lots of fun places. Even Kevin hasn't been to yet. Oh, sounds like I got the old Kamloops hook up there in the north. Thank you very much. Outdoor hobby guy, good to see ya. Good evening to you too. Janet says blue cheese hamburgers define. No, I'm good. No, thank you. Alina, hello. Just mix the blue in the burger. I mean, that might work. I might be able to tolerate blue cheese if it was mixed in with the burger. Let's see here. Bird says, I am shopping truck campers and trucks and trucks and truck campers, trying to decide. Truck campers seem like so much more work and maintenance, but I love the setup. Compared to what? Truck campers and trucks and campers. I am so confused right now. Truck campers seem like so much more work and maintenance, but I love the setup. More work and maintenance compared to what? I mean, really, it comes down to like the type of truck camper that you get. Something like a Bigfoot or a Northern Light. Those are going to have the least amount of maintenance required because of the way that they're designed. And also what you're hauling it on. You have to make sure that the truck is going to be able to handle the extra payload. And also, as far as when it comes to that, just make sure that you get a truck that's bigger than you think you need. If you think you need a 25, get a 3500. If you think you need a 3500 dual rear wheel, get a 4500 or a 5500. That's what I've learned over the last 15 years or so of having truck campers. I want a Zeta Boop t-shirt. That's actually a good idea. Dang it. I've been meaning to get, figure out the merch situation, and that would be a good one. Nikki, thank you very much for the super chat. I don't know why I can't heart that. That's unusual. And it's your first super on a live stream. Let's celebrate that. How do we celebrate it? How do we do this? Oh, I guess I can't do anything other than just say, let's celebrate. Woo! Tammy, your cutting boards are beautiful. The comments in this live section are awesome too. So many kind people. Hugs for me and my Cooper here in Reno, Nevada, for Zeta and you. Thank you very much, Tammy. And yes, y'all are wonderful. So glad that I decided to have a live stream tonight because it's it's helping me uh, put my it's brightening my spirits, hanging out with all of you. Uh, Bread Wonder, well, have a good night. It was good seeing you. Teresa asks, have you made anything else with wood other than cutting boards? Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, I don't know where to get started. From building houses to doing log work, siding, cabinets, making bar tops. I made a live edge bar top out of walnut. That's, I think it was 33 feet long, and on each side I've got double waterfalls going down. It is my proudest moment actually as a carpenter. It was also the most stressful because if anything messed up on that, oh my gosh. You know Tiger King, where there's that one meme where he goes, I don't think I can ever financially recover from this. It was pretty much that for months straight. It was so stressful, but yeah, I'm very, very proud of that. And years later, the wood hasn't moved or cupped or done anything, which means that I built that bar top correctly, and I also built the back of the bar too. Um, so yeah, I do a lot of stuff with carpentry. It's become, when it comes to stuff like that, and even making cutting boards, I find myself enjoying it more and more, um, because wood is it's kind of like a blank canvas, and I get to be an artist in a way, and show the world or show whoever, even if it's just one person or even if it's just myself. I get to I get to show what nature um, has created on the metaphorical canvas. Oh, holy cow! Where are we? How far back am I here? Um, Janet took off, I guess. Dungeness crab legs, fresh cut and cooked in on the boat with clarified butter and Cajun spices. That does sound pretty dang good too. I've had Dungeness crab. They are delicious. They're just kind of small, like the legs aren't very big. I like I like I like the king crab legs. They're just like they can get huge. You can have a proper meal off of like 3 legs. Less fiddling. Iliani, hello. Tag is, oh, okay. Guten Tag is day. Guten Nacht is night, I believe. Okay, cool. Thank you. Desert Will, good to see you. You take care. Um, he was babysitting that dog, says Janet. I must have missed a comment. Probably asking about Duke on one of my last videos. And yep, I was dog sitting for a friend. Dan Walsh, good to see you. Benabet, Hope Zeta, and you are well. Where are you at on this trip? I am in Montana right now, still Southwest Montana. Just come out to the woods for a weekend to make a video and do a live stream. Let's see here. Steve Cartwright says, we love your channel and the adventures you take us on. Greetings from Spokane, Washington. Well, thanks for tagging along, Steve. I can tow a camper or get a truck camper. I've been looking at 3,500 dualies. Good choice. Um, yeah, they each have their ups and downs. With truck campers, there's a lot less space, um, and I would be very wary to recommend anything on a 3500 platform like a dually, be wary on those payloads because they add up very, very quickly. Um, I would say don't get anything with more than one slide. Because yeah, it the, things get heavy. And also RV dealerships lie about weights, and RV companies lie about weights too. Um, they've been getting better. I've heard that Lance has actually become a lot more transparent with their weights, which is good. And I think Northern Lights actually been really good about their weights too. But I mean, take for example my camper. I think the wet weight when it says it's like fully loaded down, it's 3155. I'm at like 4,000 pounds, or no, I'm about 4,000 pounds with not even a ton of stuff in here. All right, on the merch. Uh, Empty bedded cracker. Is it Zeta or Zeta? It's the first one. Zeda. Zeta. T Chapman, good to see you too. You have a good night. And also, it's getting pretty close to the end of this live stream. We're getting hour 40 is not too bad. Kim meant scammers on the phone. Oh, sorry, I lost you on that one already. Wasabi, soy sauce. Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing better. Um, I think the sulky videos might be coming to an end here. And Mike's Adventure Sparks, good to see you too. Um, Outdoor hobby guy. Woo, where are you? Gotta run. Be well. God bless. God bless you too, outdoor hobby guy. It was good seeing you. Thanks for swinging by. Love your woodwork, says Mike's. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. I am an artist. Kinda. I guess I kinda am an artist. Thank you, by the way, Janet. Big V, we love you, Vic. And beautiful Zetas, you put a warm glow in our hearts and a huge smile on our face. That's what it's all about right there. Thanks, Big V. Hey, Mike's, thank you very much for the super chat. Appreciate that, buddy. Um, you awesome. I okay. Okayest at times. Janet says blue crabs are delicious, but a lot of work. Yes, they are. I I think this was before I started my YouTube channel. I took my parents and we went to Washington up on the Olympic Peninsula, and we were just outside of this one city. Shoot, it's like one of the first cities as you're going north and getting onto the Olympic Peninsula. And we got some. Are they Dungeness there? I think they were Dungeness. And then we cooked them at a campsite, and they are very good crabs. Like they are definitely the most. They're right up there with king crab as far as the tastiest. But yeah, they're a lot of work. Let's see here. Brenda says 168 people watching. He needs likes. I only see 7 thumbs up. Oh no, I appreciate it, Brenda, but we're doing good. There's 171 thumbs up actually. The love you had for the wood show, says Janet. Yeah, I agree. I do enjoy it. Pronounce Eileen. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Eliani. Eileen. Okay, got it. um, Bird says, "Thanks for the truck camper tips. I really am torn on what to get." Oh, yeah, it's kind of tricky. There are so many options out there right now. I mean, I find myself a little bit biased towards Northern Light because I've put this thing through the ringer and it's just held up to pretty much everything, albeit, some minor issues, but besides that, man, this thing has just it's she's been through a lot and she's held up really well. So I'm becoming more and more of a fan as the years go on with the clamshell design. That being said, you know, whenever I step into say Larry's double slide lance, I'm going, man, it sure would be nice to, you know, be able to sidestep. Um, that's not a thing here in this camper unless you turn sideways. And then you can sidestep through the galley, I guess. Um, let's see here. Julianne says, my dad was a carpenter and I love seeing the work you do, Vic. It's so beautiful. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Julianne. I have been wanting to put more, scenes of building stuff that I build in my videos. It's just, with it being a truck camper channel, I try to keep that kind of stuff to a minimum, because we're all here for, this, not me working, building stuff. Um, but like what other channels do with adding in, little bits of this and that, but keeping the theme centralized around the truck camping experience. I think that would be a good way to keep the keep the theme prioritized. Um, Mariah James says, "Good live stream watch from New Mexico. Have a good evening and a great weekend." Thank you very much for swinging by. Appreciate it. Destination Desert says, "Go to a dealer and walk around through a bunch. It'll give you a good idea of what's important to you." Exactly. Um, don't be impulsive on it, and also kind of it might help to make like a list of pros versus cons and things that you cannot live without and things you can sacrifice, especially when it comes to a truck camper, because unless you're going gigantic like We Are Forever Dreaming um, YouTube channel. I don't know if you know him, but check him out. I did do a collaboration with them that I did have more content that I lost, unfortunately, but they've got like the ultimate setup where they've got a triple slide host, and that thing has as much space as a small apartment. It it doesn't make sense how much space those things have, but they are heavy. Like you need a even a 5500. You're pushing the weight limitations of a truck my size. So I'm rambling. Sorry. Moving on. Uh, Tammy, my oops on spelling Zeta's name. Oh, it's all good. She doesn't mind. She's not a grammar Nazi. Oh, time to stir this here stew a little bit. It's getting. Oh, she's getting close. So I used the recipe calls for a lean meat, like a round, but I don't know about y'all, but I love a good fatty meat. And I found a couple cuts of chuck eye steak, which is like, I think as far as where the chuck goes, it's closer to where a ribeye is, which is why it's called a chuck eye steak. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it had some great marbling, and it was like really for a chuck roast, it was very tender. So I got some of those, and I think it's going to turn out great. I can't wait to eat it. Let's see here. I say every time. Let's see here. Sorry, give me a second. I'm a little lost right now. I say this every time, but post a Venmo or do the buy me a coffee. I agree. I was actually looking at, gosh, there was one of those things that I was looking at earlier. I really need to get that too, because the YT, they take a 30% cut off of super chats and super thanks. I'm like, holy cow. It's like they're taking their advice from the IRS. It's preposterously expensive. But heck, I mean, there's really probably no other way out there that we wouldn't be having this experience if it wasn't for this platform. So thanks. I guess. I don't know. um, let's see here. Pardon me for 1 second. I'm going to move you up. Oh, I'm right here. I'm still here. It's just the top of my head. We all have our addictions, I guess. Let's see here. Stacy Mary Cartwright says, "Hi, Vic and Zeta. Nice to see you two on live. Hello to you too. And where is my little Zetas? Where is my little Zetas? Come here. Come here, girl. Come on. Come on. Oh, over here. Oh, there's my doggos. Oh, she's so tired. Yes. Hello, girl. Hi, sweeties. Hey, Psychmeister, you upgraded your membership to Down by the River. Well, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Chris Peak says, we are from Montana also, but stuck in hot Arizona now for work. Oh man, I'm sorry. I do love Arizona. It was beautiful being down there. I love visiting Arizona. I think it'd probably go for just about every other state too. Although I did take a random road trip with my friend last Friday. We went down to Riverton, Wyoming. He picked up a 69 Camaro. And he just calls me up randomly saying, hey, you want to go on a road trip? And I said, yeah, let's go. So Wyoming is very beautiful. I hope to be able to get down there later this spring into the summer, or maybe even late summer or fall, frankly, because I haven't really explored much of Wyoming. And from what I saw on my way down there, holy cow, it is absolutely beautiful. It's one of those hidden gem states, I think. A good let's see here. Brenda, good night all. Thanks for being on. I can't wait for Sunday and your next live. Thanks for swinging by, Brenda. Wes says, I like your channel, and thanks to Mark's recommendation. Like the woodworking too. Well, thank you. And thank you, Mark, for the recommendation. Glad things are improving. Keep up the good, great videos following from Canada. Thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Sorry. Tammy says, I bet the crock pot food smells so good. It does. It smells amazing. And the Peruvians, you'll find out in the video, they love cilantro. I used an entire bunch of cilantro in that dish. It is so delicious. I made it a couple weeks ago, but didn't film it. And I wanted to make it again and film it because I think there's going to be at least a few of you folks who might be interested in making this. It's very, very tasty. It's got sweet potatoes and regular potatoes, and then, like a chuck roast or a round eye, some sort of stew meat, and then a light beer like a lager or a pilsner, and cumin. And there's one thing that I couldn't find. It's called ají de panca. I think it's a specific type of Peruvian pepper, and surprisingly, you can't find that pepper in Montana. Who would have thought? But yeah, it's got all kinds of flavors. Oh, and peas. Like, you end the meal with peas. Shoot, was I supposed to have carrots in it? No carrots. But anyway, it's a nice twist. If you're looking for something a little bit different, if you're like, beef stew again, try this stuff out. I'll have to make sure to link the recipe in either the description, or maybe I'll just put it up. Actually, yeah, I'll have to do it on the description, or if anybody asks in the comments, I'll send you the link to it, because it's very good. I make my oh, where are we? I bet the crock. Okay, you building stuff could be worked into the channel, especially if people see how genuinely happy you are when you do it. We have already talked about how much people love your genuineness. Good point. Yeah, as long as y'all enjoy me incorporating that into my videos, I'm more than happy to include that, because I mean, frankly, it's my career, and if I can break out the camera for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day when I'm at work, um, I'd be happy to. Big V says, I make all my stews, casseroles with chuck. It's a delicious cut. I 100% agree. I think it's, as far as stew meats go, I think it's the best cut. Just that perfect amount of fat and meat. Delicious. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much. I better not talk too much about the cut that they take from the super chats and the super thanks. They might scold me. So let's move past that. Julianne, yeah, Zeta is zonked out tonight. Must be the altitude. Sarah and Tank Girl says Wind River Range in Wyoming is amazing. I agree. I've been wanting to go there so much. It makes me wish that my back wasn't so jacked up, because a lot of the Wind River Range is accessible only via hiking. And that range, it's a good sized mountain range too. But for the pictures that I've seen from that range, wow, it is beautiful. Come set up in my shop garage. You can get to Wyoming pretty darn quick. That's a good point. Good point, Bird. Patricia says, you've never been to Yellowstone? If not, it's definitely that on your bucket list. I have been to Yellowstone so many times that it is my most hated area to go in the United States. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I don't know if, I'm sure more than a few you can relate with the fact that, if you live near an attraction that brings in folks that give, like, by all means, like, I think it's the first national park, and it is a very beautiful place. But the thing that just really bugs me about it is people seem to think that traffic laws and decent courtesy, you just leave them at the gate and just anything goes. Yeah, I'll just slam on my brakes going downhill, and there's an 18-wheeler behind me, because I got to get a picture of that squirrel. It's those kind of things. I'm just like, where did you get your driver's license from again? So yeah, I could go on for hours about my just disapproval, shame people. I may be only 40, but I am an 87-year-old old cranky man sitting on his porch, yelling at kids to get off of his lawn. Julianne, massaging my golden retrievers was how I learned massage. Dogs love a good massage. That they do. Oh, I was right. Travis Crawford says chuck eye is right next to the ribeye. Okay. That makes sense why it's called a chuck eye. Betty Crocker, that's the only way I make homemade guacamole, and I use an entire bunch of cilantro. In the summer, I make a watermelon blueberry spring mix salad with cilantro vinaigrette. Oh, gosh. You ever hear when somebody says something or writes something and you go, that not only sounds healthy, but absolutely delicious? And greens are one thing that I am missing out on in life. The amount of times where that sounds like an amazing salad. and I would 100% eat that every single day. But the problem is the prep. I'm kind of like a entree only type person, especially in when your kitchen is this big. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of room for activities here. So it's kind of like I'll make a stew and that's good. Um, Frank says crabs are delicious, but I'm too lazy. I need someone to just give me a pound of just crab meat. Yeah, I understand that. Maybe a little bit too much. um, if you do if you do woodworking on your channel, can I start a channel of me doing the thrilling accounting? Yes, feel free. I will take free accounting. um, Bird says all this talk is cilantro. I'm one of those people who cannot eat cilantro because it tastes so bad to me. Cilantro and cumin. I wish it wasn't true. That is a bummer. Even cumin too. Cumin is it's one of those staple spices. It really enhances things so nicely. But it is also one of those spices that you can go overboard on and totally ruin an entire meal by just a little bit. It doesn't take much. Um, but yeah, come Sunday, I, I'm giving a proper shout out to all the folks that are genetically disadvantaged from enjoying cilantro. Hopefully I made it work right. I still have to see it in my editing process and see if it worked out. Saren Tank Girl says, I think adding the carpentry with your channel is a good move. Find forests where they harvest different woods that you can use in your projects, wood mills, etc. That's actually a good idea too. It'd be cool to like go over to I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy in Tennessee. I think his channel's called Out in the Woods or something like that. He mills all of his own, just gigantic wood slabs and everything. That would be cool to like go over to his place and buy a couple pieces and just make something on site. Although his channel's probably big enough where he wouldn't be receptive to that. Years ago, I actually went to Tennessee and I tried to contact him on YouTube, and he was going to sell me some material. But as soon as I got to Tennessee, he stopped talking to me altogether. I'm like, all right. Some people are like that. Understandably. Nikki says, get off my lawn. I'm harnessing my inner Clint Eastwood from that one movie, El Torino or Torino. That was a great movie. Oh, I was also to kind of get myself into even brighter spirits before I started this live stream on my YouTube feed. I saw the best parts of The Naked Gun compiled into into a montage, and got to watch about 10 minutes of that, and made me realize I really need to get back and watch those movies again. Leslie Nielsen is a legend in my book. Betty Crocker, I worked in Yellowstone for a summer. Tourist driving me crazy. I'm with you. Thank you. I felt like I was really going on a limb when I said that. Lose like 100 subscribers. Bill says, Pancake Bill says, the basket at the gate is where Turons leave their common sense. I lived at Old Faithful 10 years. I saw them every day. Yeah, exactly. Holy cow, are we getting into... We're all gonna be on our own lawns right now here, aren't we? I opened a can of worms, didn't I? Stormbug. Yep, we used to go to Yellowstone every year until the kids started having their own family, the drivers and the people that want to pet the fluffy cows. 100%. Holy cow. It's scary. The last time I rolled through Mammoth, there was a bachelor herd of elk, and these people were within 15 feet of them. And I'm driving by like, it's going to happen. Yes, I have two phones. I'm an idiot. Um, the prep on that salad is very minimal. No chopping the greens, only watermelon, cilantro, and I forgot feta cheese. Ooh, feta would actually that would contrast that vinaigrette really nicely. It's almost as if you're a chef, Amber. um, Danya says Nat Moran and I camped on our way through Yellowstone a few years ago. It was amazing and also super packed. No, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that there is Yellowstone around here, which attracts everybody and keeps the areas that I really love about this part of the country relatively quiet. Um, yeah, I think part of it also is that I've been exploring this particular part of the country for over 20 years now, and I kind of know my way around fairly well here. Bird, Gran Torino, yep. Ram Handle says, "Are you ever coming to Canada?" Yes, I am. Hopefully. I say hopefully because I'm going to try to get in without a passport. But I hear it can be done. Nikki says, "Don't call me Shirley." That is Leslie Nielsen, but it was a Naked Gun. But well played. Surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and stop calling me Shirley. And don't call me Shirley. Oh, there we go. Somebody said, "Don't call me Shirley." Oh yeah. Um, Wasabi says, "Have you thought about selling merch on your channel, like a hoodie or hats or even chopping boards?" Yes, I am in the process of trying to figure that out as we speak, as I speak, and you type. Big V, Leslie Nielsen. We got some Leslie Nielsen fans in the mix, huh? That's good to see. I haven't dated myself, have I? Vancouver Island is the Hawaii of Canada. Nice. It's about to be recorded. Cilantro is a nutrient-rich herb that supports detoxification, digestive, heart health, blood sugar regulation, immunity, and provides antioxidant and antimicrobial benefits. Also helps remove nice beaver. oh, up, out, out. There goes my charge cord. Hold on one second. Yeah, I get it. The nice beaver. That's a Leslie Nielsen reference too. What movie was that from? I think that was one of the Naked Guns, if I remember right. Pancake Bill says Yellowstone in winter on a snowmobile is 1,000 times better than summer in traffic. I've never actually been to Yellowstone in the winter snowmobiling, but I do ride outside of Yellowstone in the winter. Um, I was actually in Cook City a number of years ago, and about a mile from getting down into town, there was a bison right on the trail, and unfortunately, it was a part of a trail where it was really steep on the right and really steep on the left, and there was no getting around it because the snow was really thin, so you couldn't just drop down and get around. So I just sat on the trail and probably waited for at least 2 or 3 minutes before I realized that bison wasn't going to move at all. So I just kind of got around him, and he started to turn around and charge at me, and I barely got not gored. The fluffy cows are not very nice animals. Harmful heavy metals from your body. Travis Crawford. Thank you. Let's see here. Isn't it better to get your passport, or is there not enough time? There's not enough time right now. And I like to live dangerously. And I also can't get a good as good of a photo that's on my enhanced ID. And I really want to see. I love showing that thing to people. Eric says, if us Texans wanted to visit Montana and stay somewhere beautiful and not touristy, where would you go? A place or cabin on a gorgeous stream, etc. A place. So the places that I go to, um, you can tent camp just fine, or you can camp in the back of a truck. Although the I wouldn't necessarily say don't camp in a tent because I've done it many, 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 many times. But the bears are becoming more and more of an issue around here. Grizzlies, and I guess as long as you keep a clean camp, your chances of any issues happening are very, very low. But I have been getting more nervous about them because their population is really um, saturating the wildest parts of the Montana woods, which is where I like to be. But as far as where would I go in the middle of summer, I always try to get up high. So because the middle of summer it's hot down in the valleys of Montana. So I would say finding places that are high in altitude, like the Beartooth Mountains, for instance. That would be my number one place I would recommend trying to find a place to camp. There's lots of developed or not developed, but like um, campgrounds where you can actually stay at, and there are some dispersed camp spots up there on the Beartooth Highway, but they're kind of hit and miss as far as being able to find because more and more people are realizing that there's dispersed camping spots. Um, but I would say 100% that's where I would recommend is the Beartooth Highway. It's just absolutely beautiful up there, and despite the name of the mountains, there's not a whole lot of bears. When you get up into the subalpine and alpine, um, then the only thing you have to worry about is lightning, because there's not a lot of trees up there. But it's beautiful when it's 100 degrees down in the valleys. It's 70 up there, and just absolutely beautiful, breathtaking, high alpine lakes. There's hundreds of lakes up on the Beartooth Plateau, and if you like hiking, it is the most beautiful place that I've ever backpacked in. Um, so yeah, I would say there or next to a where did you say? A cabin. I don't know about cabins, unfortunately. Um, Gorgeous streams, rivers, um, the North Fork of the Flathead River up near like Pole Bridge. There's some really cool stuff up there. I shouldn't be saying all this stuff, but I'm going to. Oh well. Somebody asked, and very few people are actually going to see this. So that's a couple of the places that I could recommend off the top of my head. Wild Sunshine Crocheter is here. Hello, hello to you. Um, oh my God, great. Read message to message, says Sarah and Tank Girl. Leslie Nielsen is a Canadian? Oh, I didn't know that. Josh, if you don't already check out Buck and Billy Ray, he's an Axeman. Oh yeah, I've seen him before. He's been through it. He's on big on Spirit. I literally can't stay down watching him. He's so infectious. It's awesome. I have been seeing a lot of him in the YouTube shorts, and I've been wanting to implement his utilization of how he flicks um, the axe when splitting around, and how it I don't know. I'm gonna have to try it, but the problem is that a lot of the rounds that he uses are gigantic, and we don't really have rounds that big around here. But yeah, that guy's pretty cool. Um, Sarah says I'm scared of fluffy cows. It's good to be scared of fluffy cows. Having a good healthy fear of wildlife like that or moose, it's a good place to be. It's a good survivalist mentality. They are very, very dangerous animals, and for some reason people don't seem to think that they are, because they you know, saunter and they seem so calm, but it's like they're just saving up. They're just saving up for for an instance to just flip out randomly on a shrubbery. Coda Bo says, hoping you add some merch. Don't forget Zeta merch. The idea of your cutting boards would be great. We'd love to have one in our camper in our home. Great gifts. People could buy one for others too. I think we're up to like 12 now. This is good. I like this. um Rocket says Buck and Billy Ray is one of the best human beings out there. Definitely worth watching, even if you're not into chainsaws. Julianne says, "Old lady fading. Thank you, Vic. Another great live. I look forward to these. Have a good, wonderful night and weekend, everybody." I've had a great time too. Thank you for swinging by, Julianne. And also, I think, holy cow, I was going to stop this at 2 hours, and now we're at 2 hours and 16 minutes. I think I'm kind of slowly fading down and getting ready for dinner. And I think I've talked enough for the next week or two. So I'm going to start winding it down here, folks. Big V has got to run too. It's good seeing you, as always. Um, enjoy your dinner. Don't burn it. I actually just flipped it over to warm instead of low because it was cooking pretty fast on low even. Um, Bird. If you marry Kevin Wald, you can get in and out of Canada as often as you want to. I don't think Kevin would approve of that. And I don't either. It's a nice sentiment though. Um Coda, we love watching all your adventures. Thank you for showing all the views. Love your sense of humor too. Thank you very much, Coda. Oh yeah, and before when I was talking about how I don't approve of me marrying Kevin Wald. Um, I don't care about. I don't have any hate in my heart for any of the folks of the same sex persuasion. You know what I'm saying. Uh, KJM says the picture on your license is just hysterical. I'm glad somebody else knows what I'm talking about. Stormbug says I quit tent camping because there are too many and they are human aware. The bears around here, well, it kind of depends. Like in southwestern Montana, I have heard that in certain parts of the mountain ranges, like the southern Gallatin is where they put the problem bears that have been human conditioned, um, which is just outside of Yellowstone Park, and that area is particularly dangerous to having a, let's just say, a 0-star review on Yelp about your encounter with grizzly bears. But for the most part, everywhere else, they're not really like I'm not really scared of bears. I think they get a lot of bad press because every encounter I've ever had with bears in the wild, they're always like, "I'm out of here. I don't want to have anything to do with you," which is sad because I'd like to pet a bear sometime. That'd be pretty cool. Or catch one with my bare hands. um, I read the book Death in Yellowstone while I worked in Yellowstone. Bad idea. I freaked myself out and wouldn't hike Electric Peak. Yeah, Electric Peak is named Electric Peak for good reason, right? Isn't that um, have to do with a lot of lightning injuries? Or actually, Electric Peak is in the Southern Gallatins, which is exactly what I was just talking about. Hey, Melly from the land of Kevin Wald. um, let's see here. I looking forward to your food prep. Enjoy your evening. Enjoyed your live. Thank you, Mountain Serenity. Good night, Nikki. Destination Desert. Good night to you too. It sounds like more than a few people are winding down here. So I'm just gonna burn through all these as quick as I can and try to catch up, and then call it a night. So watching bison prance like antelope is hilarious to me. They are a very cool animal. I'll give them that. Stormbug, good evening to you too. Good to see you smile again and your sense of humor is back. Yeah, it's good to be more back than I was weeks ago. Somewhere I read once they call them high capacity assault cows. Yes, they are. They are the assault cows. Grizzly around Amos and Cameron don't seem to do the proper hibernating anymore. Be careful in those tents unless you really know how to bear proof camp. Yeah. Ennis, Cameron, shenanigans. Hey, dude. Well, hey to you too. Unfortunately, you caught me at the tail end of my live stream. I'm about to call it here in a second. Uh, Thank you, Tammy. And Wolfsbane says Northwest Montana ain't much safer. Up here, we worry about the yak. Oh my gosh. Um, if you ever encountered a squatch, would you tell us? Only if the squatch would let me tell other people that I found the squatch. WPTRSN says, "Who trims my mustache?" It's just wild. It's wild and free. it's it's all over the place. I don't think I've actually trimmed it in almost 2 years. It's kind of long too. It's a little spindly, but it's a pretty decent sized mustache. um, Regina says, "How is Glacier to visit and bear encounters?" Um, Glacier, just like any other national park, it's busy. Um, but the positive of that is you have less chance of being mauled by a grizzly because there's more people. I will say that Glacier is very beautiful, though. It is one of the most beautiful national parks that I've ever been to. Donnie and Priya, thank you for the live. You are welcome. Um, Ram Handle says, "Who's a better cook, you or Kevin?" I'm not going to answer that. I think it. I think that doesn't need to be answered. Bird, I love this. Thank you so much. My offer for setting up woodshop in my garage is open. I appreciate that, Bird. I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. Because yeah, that sounds like fun. Um, Need some mustache wax. Shenanigans. Thank you so much for the live stream or the super chat, man. That I appreciate that. Glad to see you live again, man. Keep a positive mindset. Don't stop. Won't stop. Too many people love you, bro. By the way, I still got your denim loincloth. Oh, dude. I need to get that someday. Yes. I definitely need to rock the loincloth. um, oh, Kevin Wald, I'm the better baker. You are the better baker. I'll give you that. Your banana bread that we had down in Moab. Oh, chef's kiss. Amazing. One of the best banana breads I've ever had before. Kevin jumps into the comments. Yeah. Every time I do the super chat, it changes my Apple ID password, but it won't accept the Apple ID password to do the super. So get Venmo or buy me a coffee. Yeah, I need to get that taken care of. Kevin Wald, I watched you make the sticky buns. They looked yummy. Janet Hall says, "Hello, Kevin." You know what? Before I end this, I'm going to see if I can invoke the power. I need to invoke the power of Mr. Kenny of all trades. I know you're here. I know you're listening. I want to see. We all need to see Mr. Kenny of all trades. in the chat. You're there. You got to be there. I feel it. I feel your presence. You are here, Mr. Kenny. Maybe he's not. Come on, Kenny. He's here. Now everyone's talking about Kevin's buns again. Raisins. What is the nickname that everybody calls you again? Like Peaches or something? Ah. All right, I'm gonna give it 1 minute. See if I was able to invoke the power of Mr. Kenny of all trades, and then I'll call it. Pickles. That's what his nickname is. Pickles. Holy cow. I am cooked now. This was fun. This is a fun live. I'm glad you all stuck around. And yeah, thanks for swinging by. And I still got hope. He's got to be here. He might actually be busy making it. I'll try to check it out. My email, I don't check it very often. So please forgive me if I don't get to you immediately. It's I find myself so busy all the time. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to be busy. Bird says you still have 140 plus on here. Oh yeah, I do. Holy cow, there's 146 of you still. That's awesome. There he is. Mr. Kenny of all trades. Hey, buddy. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, this is a ton of fun. I'm gonna let everybody say hi to Kenny, and then we're gonna call it a night. And Mr. Kevin Wald's still here. So yeah, this is fun. Actually, let's take a quick little view of the beautiful outdoors right now. Look at it. Would you just look at it? Look at it. It's just, you see how there's trees there, and then there's snow right there. Can you believe it? Bet you never seen that before. Master K is in the house. I think he meant Mr. K. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. Well, I do this every time. I'm like always drawing it out. I think I said I'm gonna call it in a couple minutes, and that was 15 minutes ago. So Shenanigan says, okay, put the camera back. Snow sucks at this point. Do that next winter. Yeah, I understand. I too get tired of the seasons, but with it being as brown and drab as it's been this winter, I didn't get my fill of winter. And then I also went down to Arizona for, I don't know, 5 weeks or something like that. So anyway, Julianne says, I'm still here too. I tried to go to sleep but couldn't leave. Oh no, we're all keeping Julianne up. We don't want to do that. I'm gonna have to call it. Yeah, so good night to you too, Mariah, sorry. 186 says Mr. Pancake Bill. And Mr. Kenny of All Trades says, hi, everybody. Hey, Kevin. Looks great out there. Vic. It does. It's beautiful. Healing the soul, so to speak. So they need to make heated leaf blowers to melt the snow. Yeah, the winter was lackluster for sure. Not enough snow. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't make for a really bad fire season, because I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of smoke for the next 5 months, pretty much. So yeah, Regina says, had a great Friday night, Vic, with you and everyone. This was great. Thanks for the live. Thank you all. I really appreciate it. And with that, I think we're going to call it. Thank you all very much for swinging by, and have a great night and a good weekend. And look out for my video. This 9 o'clock a.m. Mountain Standard Time, as always, or try to be as always. And yeah, we'll see you then. Bye. Good night, everybody. Zeta, do you want to say good night? Hey, do you want some food? Do you want food? Oh, she's kaput. She's done. All right. Take care, everybody. Bye. Oh, now she perks up. Goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye. Boop, boop, boop. But it's so hard to do it like this. Anyway. Good night.